Hey everyone, welcome back to the Incredible India podcast series. I'm Sam, your guide on these dink dives into fascinating topics, and joining me today is our brilliant expert, Taylor. Okay, let's unpack this. Today we're embarking on, well, quite an unparalleled adventure, a deep dive into the Sundarbans Tiger Safari. We've got a stack of incredible insights and sources you've shared, and our mission is really to distill everything you need to know for what promises to be one of the world's most thrilling wildlife experiences.
It really is, Sam. And what's fascinating here is how the Sundarbans truly stands apart. It's not just another tiger safari. It's this immersive journey into the largest mangrove forest on Earth, a totally unique ecosystem where the majestic Bengal tiger roams freely. We'll explore how careful preparation and leveraging local expertise can transform a good trip into an unforgettable Bengal tiger spotting adventure.
That's a great way to put it. So let's start with the most crucial planning step, timing. When is the absolute best window to catch a glimpse of these, well, very elusive big cats?
Right. Timing is key. Our sources are pretty clear. The prime season is October through March. The weather's cooler, much more pleasant.
Okay, October to March.
Yeah. But the absolute best conditions, if you can swing it, are probably December to February. That's when tigers seem most active, looking for water, hunting.
Ah, okay. So better chances then.
Definitely. Plus clear skies, less humidity. It just makes the boat safaris more enjoyable too. Better for photography as well.
Makes sense. And what about times to absolutely avoid?
Oh, definitely the monsoon season. June to September, navigation gets dangerous, sightings are near impossible, everything's waterlogged. Just don't.
Right.
And summer, April to May, brings really extreme heat. Tigers just lay low, stay hidden. Not ideal at all.
So winter months. And within the day.
Early morning, say 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., and then late afternoon, maybe 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Those are the peak times. They tend to rest during the midday heat, like most animals.
Got it. Crucial info. Okay, permits handled, theoretically. Next, the experience itself. What kind of safari packages are out there for listeners?
This raises an important question. What about the paperwork? Navigating a protected area like Sundarbans National Park sounds complex.
Yeah, it does seem a bit daunting.
It can be, but it's manageable. Foreign visitors, you need your valid passport and Indian visa, obviously. Domestic tourists, just a government-issued photo ID. Then there are two main permits from the Forest Department. First, an entry permit. It's about $50 for Indians, $300 for foreigners. That's valid for 3 days.
Okay, pretty reasonable.
And second, a boat permit. This varies more depending on the boat size and how long you're going for. Maybe 1,500 up to 5,000?
Right. And how do you actually get these?
You can apply at the Forest Department office in Gosaba, or, and this is key, authorized tour operators usually handle all this. It takes about 48 hours for processing, so you absolutely can't just show up and expect to get permits the same day.
Good to know. Plan ahead.
Exactly. There are also visitor forms, sometimes medical certificates for longer stays, itinerary submissions. It's a bit of a list. Honestly, the key takeaway: tour operators really simplify this bureaucratic maze, as you called it, often worth the cost for a hassle-free start.
That seems like solid advice. Okay, permits handled. Now let's talk about the experience itself. What kind of safari packages are available for our listeners?
There's a real range. You've got budget day trips, maybe $2,000 to $4,000 per person, basic boat ride, packed lunch, good for a quick look, but...
Lower tiger chances, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Then you move up to mid-range packages, say $8,000 to $15,000 per person. These usually include overnight stays, multiple safaris, and, importantly, experienced naturalist guides.
That sounds like a good balance.
It often is. Then at the top end, luxury services, starting around $20,000 per person, sometimes much more. Here you're getting premium accommodations, maybe private boats, professional photographers on board, customized itineraries, really focused on maximizing sightings.
Wow. Okay, so lots of choice. What factors should people consider when choosing?
Definitely think about your group size. Smaller groups often disturb wildlife less. Your accommodation standards, obviously budget, photography needs, even physical fitness.
And the key takeaway seems to be stay longer.
Absolutely. Multi-day packages significantly improve your tiger sighting odds compared to just a rushed day trip. The longer you're immersed in that environment, the better your chances for those really, unforgettable moments.
Makes perfect sense. Patience is key. This brings us to a practical but vital point for any expedition: packing. What should you absolutely have, and what should you leave behind?
Right. Packing for the Sundarbans, it's crucial. Clothing first.
Ah,
Lightweight, quick dry stuff is best. And stick to earth tones, khaki, brown, olive green.
avoid bright colors.
Yeah, definitely. They can spook the wildlife. Long sleeve shirts and long pants are essential, protects you from the sun and, importantly, insects. Also, a waterproof rain jacket and pants are non-negotiable. Weather can change fast. A wide-brimmed hat for sun, comfortable walking shoes with good grip for any excursions, and plenty of extra socks and underwear.
Okay, practical clothing. What about gear?
Technical equipment. Well, binoculars are a must. Minimum 8x42 magnification, I'd say. A camera with a good telephoto lens if you're into photography.
Yeah.
Don't forget extra batteries, memory cards you don't want to run out. Waterproof storage bags for electronics are vital. Portable chargers, too.
And personal care items. It sounds like insects might be an issue.
Oh, yes. Strong insect repellent, ideally DE-based. Broad spectrum sunscreen, SPF 30+. Any personal medications you need, of course. A basic first aid kit, antiseptic wipes. Be prepared.
Smart. Anything else practical?
A waterproof watch is handy. A headlamp, maybe with a red filter for less disturbance at dawn or dusk. Reusable water bottle, definitely. Snacks, some cash for tips or small emergencies. And pack everything in waterproof duffel bags or dry bags. Boat spray, rain, things can get wet.
And what not to bring?
Leave unnecessary valuables at home. Perfumes or strong scents can attract insects or alert wildlife. Great jewelry, just not practical. The mangroves demand practicality, not fashion.
Good advice. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. Once you're there, properly kitted out, what are the prime spots, the hot zones for Bengal tiger spotting?
Right, the core zones of the Sundarbans National Park, that's where you have the highest probability. Sajnikali Wildlife Sanctuary is often the most accessible. It's got dense mangrove forests, good prey base like spotted deer and wild boar, morning safaris, maybe 6 to 9 a.m. seem best there.
Okay, Sajnikali. What else?
Sundarbans. It's really known for its wide mudflats where you can often see fresh paw prints. They also have elevated boardwalks for better observation. Guides often report consistent tiger activity near the freshwater pools there, especially late afternoon.
Paw prints. Exciting. And you mentioned Dobanki.
Yes, Dobanki is unique because it has this canopy walk. Tigers idly use the trails under the walkway sometimes.
Wow.
And there's a 20-meter-high tower there, too, giving panoramic views. Good for spotting movement, maybe between 10 a.m. and noon.
So these core zones are key. But what about the buffer zones? Are they worth exploring too?
Absolutely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, buffer zones are equally important. They extend your wildlife viewing and, crucially, reduce pressure on the core habitats. You can expect different kinds of experiences there, too. Piali, for example, is a great entry point. Good for spotting estuarine crocodiles. And tigers do frequent the mud banks, also known for fishing cats, actually.
Interesting. Other buffer areas.
Gosaba Island is fascinating. It has community-managed forests where you can see human-tiger coexistence programs in action. Adds a real cultural dimension. Then there's Kumirmari, more pristine, less tourist traffic. The tidal patterns there apparently create optimal feeding conditions for tigers sometimes.
And the rivers themselves?
The Matla River corridor connects several of these zones. Think of it as a sort of wildlife highway for tigers moving between areas. Offers excellent photographic opportunities if you're patient.
And for those breathtaking, safe viewing opportunities, the watchtowers sound indispensable. What makes them so special beyond just height?
They really are indispensable, strategically placed. We mentioned Sajnikali, 20 meters high, 360-degree views. Good information displays, too. Great for spotting early morning movement.
Hey.
Sundarbans has an even higher observation tower, 25 meters. It offers just unparalleled views over the largest mudflat system. You can potentially spot things up to 2 kilometers away with good binoculars. Really prime for photography.
2 kilometers. Amazing.
Dobanki's tower, combined with that canopy walk, gives you multi-level viewing. You might see hunting strategies play out while minimizing your own scent. And Natitapani Watchtower is unique. It overlooks some ancient temple ruins that tigers are known to patrol. So you get this mix of culture and wildlife.
Wow, history and tigers.
Yeah. And finally, Brur Dabri Watchtower. It offers more exclusive views into deeper forest, often preferred by professional photographers looking for those really natural, undisturbed settings.
It's clear the watchtowers are more than just viewpoints.
Okay.
While tigers are the stars, the Sundarbans is a complete ecosystem. What other incredible creatures should our listeners keep an eye out for?
Oh, absolutely. It's teeming with life. Saltwater crocodiles, for instance. They thrive in those brackish waters. Best time to see them is usually low tide, when they haul out onto the mud banks to bask. Or you might see them cruising the shallow channels. Early morning, late afternoon safaris are prime.
Just look for snouts sticking out of the water.
Exactly. Or sometimes just the powerful tail swish. Keep an eye on the smaller tributaries. And during mating season, April, May, there's even more activity nesting females, males displaying. Great for photos if you're careful.
Crocodiles noted. And the bird life. You mentioned it's a UNESCO site for a reason.
It truly is a birding paradise. This raises an important question. How does the avian diversity here enrich the experience? Immensely. Over 300 species. You'll definitely see kingfishers common, white-throated, the big stork-billed one. Keep an eye out for the rare masked finfoot. It's quite elusive. Raptors are everywhere, white-bellied sea eagles, Brahminy kites circling overhead. And you might spot the endangered greater adjutant stork waiting in the shallows. Huge birds.
So much to see. Any specific time for birding?
Well, it's good year-round, but October to March brings in migratory species. Loads of herons, egrets, ibises. You'll hear oriental magpie robins, coppersmith barbettes. The soundscape is incredible. Getting a good bird guide really adds value. They can help identify species and share fascinating insights into their behavior.
It sounds like a symphony of wildlife. And I imagine that tracking prey animals is also a huge part of the experience, offering clues to the tiger's presence.
A massive part. Spotted deer or chital, they're the primary prey. You'll see them in herds. Those white spots are quite distinctive. Morning safaris are great for watching them graze. But the key thing, listen for their alarm calls.
The warning system.
Exactly. A sharp bark often means a tiger is nearby. Guides are experts at interpreting this, and wild boar, too. They're intelligent, tough animals. They create obvious trails, wallowing spots in the mud. Adults can be huge, up to 200 pounds, with impressive tusks.
You might even see families.
Yes, seeing a family with piglets is always a heartwarming moment. Both deer and boar adapt their movements to the tides, which actually makes their presence somewhat predictable if you know what to look for. Patience pays off.
So after a day of intense, patient wildlife spotting, where do you lay your head? What are the accommodation options? Let's start with the luxury end.
Okay, luxury eco-resorts. These places offer air-conditioned suites, often with river views, private balconies. You get gourmet dining, lots of local seafood, Bengali specialties. They usually have dedicated naturalists, arrange private boats, maybe even spa services. An example would be the Sundarbans Tiger Camp. Prices are typically $200 to $400 USD per night, but that often includes meals and guided tours.
Sounds plush. Elevated walkways, pools.
Yeah, often elevated wooden walkways connecting things, sometimes infinity pools overlooking the water, cultural programs in the evenings, very comfortable immersion.
Nice, but what about mid-range? Something authentic, but maybe not quite so luxurious.
What's fascinating here is the balance mid-range options strike between comfort and a more authentic wilderness immersion. These are often forest lodges built with traditional materials. You get clean rooms, basic amenities, usually attached bathrooms, and good locally sourced meals. Prices are more in the $50 to $150 per night range. They often have common areas where guests share stories, knowledgeable local guides, flexible meal timings. The real charm is being closer to nature.
That sounds appealing too. And for our budget-conscious adventurers, are there ways to experience Sundarbans without breaking the bank?
Definitely. There are budget-friendly guest houses, often family-run, in the gateway towns like Osaba or Pakirale. Prices here can be as low as $15 to $40 per night. Expect clean rooms, maybe just a fan, sometimes shared bathrooms, but often wonderful home-cooked meals.
And the local connection.
That's the real bonus. The hosts often have invaluable insider knowledge. They can recommend good safari services, connect you with reliable boat operators. Many offer package deals, too.
Great tip. Now, for the really adventurous, what about camping?
This raises an important question for those seeking the ultimate immersion. What about camping for a truly wild experience?
Yes, there are supervised camping programs. These are usually on specific Forest Department islands or designated zones. Cost might be around $30 to $80 per person per night. This typically includes tents, sleeping bags, campfire meals, and crucially, round-the-clock security. You absolutely need special permits and experienced guides who know tiger territory safety inside out.
How long do these trips usually last?
They're usually limited to just 1 or 2 nights. But the experience, night watches, listening to the jungle sounds, early morning bird watching, maybe even trying traditional fishing methods, it's intense.
Definitely sounds like an adventure. Okay, switching gears slightly, but critically important.
Yeah.
Safety. Safety first.
Yeah.
When you're in tiger territory, what are the absolute non-negotiables?
Absolutely paramount. Following the Forest Department guidelines strictly is number 1. You'll get a mandatory briefing on what's prohibited, movement restrictions, emergency procedures. Listen carefully. Never ever venture outside the designated tourist areas. And guides are mandatory.
Yes, authorized guides are mandatory and their instructions. Think of them as life-saving commands, not suggestions. You must follow them. Also, strictly forbidden. Smoking in the forest, making loud noises, feeding any wildlife. Boats have a strict curfew, must return to designated spots before sunset.
Paperwork too.
Mandatory registration at checkpoints, and your permits need to be visible. Always carry multiple copies of your ID. Be prepared.
Right. And maintaining safe distances from wildlife. That sounds tricky in the mangroves.
What's fascinating here is the unique challenge of maintaining safe distances, especially with creatures like the Bengal tiger. This isn't a zoo. The rule is generally maintain at least 50 meters distance from any tiger sighting. Never try to push closer for a better look. Remember, tigers are excellent swimmers.
Good point. What about other animals?
Saltwater crocodiles can launch themselves surprisingly far out of the water.
What?
Wild boars, deer, even rhesus macaques can be aggressive if they feel threatened. And venomous snakes, king cobras, Russell's vipers, they're common, so stick to paths and boats.
So general rules on the boat.
Never extend hands, cameras, or anything else outside the boat rails. Avoid sudden movements. Absolutely no flash photography, it disturbs wildlife. Keep voices low. And don't throw anything overboard, not even biodegradable stuff. Leave no trace.
Okay, very clear. In such a remote and wild place, communication and emergency readiness must be paramount. How do you stay connected and safe if something goes wrong?
That's a huge challenge. Network coverage is very limited, often non-existent. Safari operators should carry satellite phones or VHF radios for emergency contact. Make sure you know your guide's emergency contacts and the location of the nearest forest range office. Memorize them if you can.
What about safety gear on the boat?
Every boat must have life jackets for everyone. Check their condition. Also, a proper first aid kit, emergency flares, and ideally, waterproof communication devices. Know where they are and basically how they work.
And if there's a medical emergency?
The protocol is immediate evacuation to the nearest forest station equipped to handle it. Your guide and boat operator will know the procedure.
Group safety.
Good point. If you're with others, establish some simple hand signals for silent communication. Things like stop, danger, tiger sighting, emergency. A buddy system isn't a bad idea either.
And the weather.
Be very aware of the weather. Coastal waters can change incredibly fast. Storms blow up, high tides can be dangerous, dense fog can roll in. Always trust your boat operator's judgment. They know these waters better than anyone.
Final supplies tip.
Yeah, keep some essentials in a waterproof bag you can grab easily. Extra drinking water, high-energy bars, basic personal medications, a waterproof flashlight, and maybe pack a set of dry clothes in a sealed bag just in case you get soaked. Helps prevent hypothermia.
So what does this all mean? This deep dive has really shown us that a Sundarbans tiger safari is so much more than just looking for the Royal Bengal Tiger. It's this incredibly intricate dance with one of nature's most remarkable and, frankly, challenging habitats, teeming with saltwater crocodiles, amazing birds, and seeing how spotted deer and wild boars fit into that whole picture.
Exactly. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the Sundarbans experience is just such a powerful reminder of how our interaction with nature demands respect and really meticulous preparation for true appreciation. It's about immersing yourself, yes, but doing it safely and responsibly in a wilderness that's truly unique on this planet.
Well said. It really humbles you. So whether you're dreaming of that awe-inspiring wildlife photograph, or maybe you're simply craving an unparalleled encounter with raw, untamed nature, the Sundarbans is waiting. It's ready to show you why it's considered, the crown jewel of wildlife destinations. Just pack your sense of adventure, respect the wilderness deeply, and prepare for an unforgettable journey. If you decide to travel to Sundarbans, we have a recommendation. Five Senses Tours organizes tours across India, which are immersive cultural experiences. You can email contact@fivesensestours.com or WhatsApp +919-845-677-446.